Yes, how are you? Welcome back again to our online English course. And remember that the last topic that we have covered together was on how to express ongoing activities. And today we are starting a new topic which is called the expressing past event. And in this topic, we will discuss together how we can express past event easily. In order to express past events, normally the simple past tense is used. And if we are talking of simple past tense, this is a tense that is used to express past events or actions. Okay, you can take some examples from these sentences. For instance, I went to the market yesterday. I went to the market yesterday. This sentence expresses past event. Or we played football last week. We played football last week. Or another sentence is she called me in the morning. She called me in the morning. All the above sentences are expressing past events. Then how do we express past events? What structure we have to follow so as we can express ourselves in a past event? First of all, you need to take consideration on the indicators of this simple past tense. The first one is the word yesterday. Okay, we are using the word yesterday to indicate that the action that we are talking about is of the past. And in Swahili language, the word yesterday means jana. So yesterday is acting as an indicator of the past event or past action. Also, we have another indicator which is last. We are using last. Last, which in Swahili language means iliyopita. Okay, so you can use last to express past events. For example, you can say last week, which means wiki iliyopita, or you can say last month, which is mwezi uliopita, or last year, or last whatever. But the word last is there to indicate that the events or the actions that you are talking about are of the past. Another indicator is ago. Okay, we are also using ago to show that the action that we are talking about is of the past. For example, you can say 4 minutes ago, or 5 weeks ago, or 2 years ago. Ago also means the same like the way last means, which is iliyopita. So when you say 4 minutes ago, it's just like saying dakika nne zilizopita. So those are indicators that are normally used in the whole process of constructing sentences that are of the past. But also you need to take in consideration on the nature of the verbs used in expressing past events or action. We normally use two kinds of verbs. We use the first verb, which is called the regular verb, and the second verb, which is called the irregular verb. The regular verb are those verbs that ending in ed. Regular verbs are those verbs that are ending in ed. So when you want to express past event, you must use these regular verbs which are ending in ed. For example, the word play. Okay, in past tense, you are adding ed to that word play, and is going to be played. So when you express the issue of playing, you must add ed to the basic verb of play. Another word is cook, for example. Also, it is a regular verb. Cook becomes cooked, or the word dance becomes danced. So when you want to express past event, all the verbs which are regular are added with ed. Another verb is, I told you, irregular verbs. These are verbs that do not add ed when they are forming past tense. They take other forms. For example, in the basic form, the verb may be come, for example, okay, which in the past is going to be came, and the word eat is going to be ate, and the word take is going to be took. Those are irregular verbs. Remember that we have talked much about the formation of verbs and the way these verbs are taking various forms, and I gave you a PDF of list of regular verbs and the list of irregular verbs. So for more information, I advise you to go back and take your PDF and read them again so that you can understand which are regular verbs and which are irregular verbs, which we normally use in expressing the past events. Another element in the structure of making sentences or expressing ourselves in past events or past actions is all about the subject itself. Okay, and in expressing past events, the subject is not complicated. It does not need a lot of principles. They are just remaining as they are. Okay, but you must remember that in the subject we can include pronoun like I, you, we, they, he, she, together with it, but also we can include all kind of nouns. Remember that we have also talked much about nouns. So these are examples of the sentences that are expressing past events in consideration with the structure of various elements that I gave you, so as you can construct past event sentences or past action sentences. For example, she came here in the morning. You can see the subject there is she. The verb is came, which is in irregular form, and then the indicator, which is in the morning. It means that you can talk that sentence, for example, in the afternoon or in the evening, to show that this sentence is, I mean, to show that that action of coming has already been passed. Also, we have another sentence which is we played football last weekend. The subject there is we. The verb there is play, which must be added with ed and it becomes played. And then the indicator is last weekend to show that the action that you are expressing about is for the past. You can also take an example from this sentence. They invited us for dinner yesterday. They invited us for dinner yesterday. The subject there is they, as we have agreed. The verb is invite, which was added with ed and becomes invited. And the indicator there is yesterday, as we said that we needed to include the time markers like yesterday, last, and ago. Another sentence is Amina celebrated her birthday last week. Amina celebrated her birthday last week. Now in the subject we have a noun, which is Amina. Remember that nouns are names. And then we have a verb, which is celebrate, which must be added with ed because it is a regular verb. And then we have an indicator, which is last. It tells us that the action has happened last week. So those are some of the details that you should know, so as you can express yourself for the past events or past actions in the positive manner. The next lesson, which is the extension of this lesson, will be covering on how to form negative sentences and the questions from simple past tense. Make sure you follow the next lesson. Bye for now, okay?